Indian High Commissioner in Pakistan has been summoned amidst rising tension along the border. Sharad Sabharwal has been called by the Pak Foreign Ministry. Remember, there's been ceasefire violations over the last week, and now we have Indian High Commissioner being summoned by the Pakistani Foreign Ministry. Foreign Affairs Editor Mail Today, Saurabh Shukla now joins us on the phone line. Saurabh, is this after what Pakistan claimed as the violation from India's side, a Pakistani soldier who died in the exchange of fire that took place last night?
Absolutely, Rishika. This was expected. Sources telling us this was a tit-for-tat response. If you recall, Pakistan's High Commissioner was called earlier for the killing of 2 Indian Jawans, and this is a typical thing when it comes to India and Pakistan. There is always a tit-for-tat response. Certainly, Pakistan is going to issue a demarche and a note verbal has been going to hand it over to Mr. Sabharwal, and he will be asked there's a similar way in which India has asked Pakistan to conduct an inquiry and share it. And certainly sources telling us Pakistan is going to tell the Indian envoy clearly that this is unwarranted and this should not be happening. But this is a part of a normal diplomatic protocol. In any case, this whole incident has had a fallout on the bilateral ties at the beginning of this year, and I only see that from here on, we also see that at the UN, Pakistan currently holds chairpersonship of the UN Security Council. They're planning to in some way raise this issue there as well. So it is going to be a heated, I would say, a verbal duel which will happen between the two countries and on the diplomatic arena as well.
Right, so that of course is the fallout that we are seeing on diplomatic relations between the two countries. But as these ceasefire violations continue, Saurabh, as is being reported from the LOC, clearly it goes to show that the escalation of tension between the two countries is only going to peak. In the statements that have come forward, though they have been restrained from both the sides as far as political leadership is concerned, but the action on the ground is clearly going to lead to simmering tensions.
Absolutely, and the problem is that earlier the sanctity of the line of control was not violated. In fact, that was one since 2003 when the ceasefire was declared. Again between the two sides, it was felt that line of control was largely quiet. But there have been sporadic incidents earlier when covering fire was given for the infiltrators to get into the Indian side by the Pakistani soldiers. But the fact that this intensity is growing is a cause of concern, obviously. And even though India has advised its military units at the border to avoid, completely be restrained, but certainly you have to be careful because, a small escalation at a local level can create a bigger problem for the two countries. That's the reason why it's important that the military leadership of the two countries should meet at the highest level to ensure that things settle down and cool down. Diplomatically, yes, there are efforts on to cool down the temperatures, but the military leadership also has to engage itself.
Saurabh Shukla, Foreign Affairs Editor Mail Today, thank you for joining us and giving us a perspective on these developments.